Captains Jug of Thoughts podcast.
All right, Captains Jug of Thoughts. We're back after a bit of a sabbatical.
Yeah, small hiatus.
Well, last week, was it last week or the week before? I don't even know anymore. It was the Thanksgiving show.
Yep.
That was usually on the day we record. It ended up being the Thanksgiving Eve show, the Friendly
Right.
Foes. That was a good time. Shout out everybody who came down.
Yeah, it was great. It was a really fun night.
Yeah, it's all up on the SoundCloud, and the full Prince set is up on YouTube, which features a great drum accompaniment by Dano himself.
Yeah.
Dude, that was great. He jumped up and started slapping around, and then he was like hitting the little crash cymbal and shit. Like, it was, me and Pete were looking at each other, we're like, this is actually pretty fucking sweet.
Dano.
It was a lot of fun.
Speaking of Dano, he and I and my buddy Alfie and my other buddy Markin are going to Pittsburg next Sunday because they flexed the Bills schedule to a Sunday night game.
Oh,
So we just booked our hotels and
Nice.
and got our tickets. We're sitting in the club.
really?
Oh yeah, we're doing
Nice.
it up. We're doing it nice.
We just had a whole group of friends go to Pittsburgh.
Yeah, for
What was
Phish.
that, last night or Wednesday? That was a fire show. God damn it, we should have gone.
it
was
I
one of
wanted
those
to go to
ones-
that too.
I know, where I'm like, I just saw him a bunch over the summer. I got a ton of other shit going on. I'm recording and doing all these other things. And I'm looking at the set list. I'm like, motherfucker, I should have just said, Well, dude, they played a song in their encore. They had Phish come out and sing, Fishman, the drummer.
Yeah.
And he sang an old, I think it's an old Syd Barrett Pink Floyd song.
Okay.
It's called Terrapin.
Really?
So when I woke up this morning and looked at the set list and saw Terrapin, I was like,
geez.
motherfucker!
Oh man, I would have lost it.
Yeah. And then I looked in the comments and everybody's like, what the fuck? Like, no, calm down. And everyone was like, ah, Jesus. I would have been like, all our friends were there. I'd be like, I'm not friends with you guys anymore. I can't. I can't hang out with you.
No.
I'll just be mad at you the whole time.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah. Okay. So yeah, you guys are going to the game in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to the game this weekend first, which is a big game, and actually one of the Bills, Ed Oliver, just said, we're the type of defense that can slow down Lamar Jackson in that Baltimore offense. So they better stand up because this is a big game, and I mean, this could prove to be for the division title. Come down, like, we could actually fucking win the division for the first time in 25 fucking years.
Yeah, I was seeing some stats that was like, what are they, 8-3 or something shit like that? I don't even know.
9-3.
9-3, and they say like that's the first time they've been 9-3 since 1996.
Yep. 96.
96. It was a different world back then.
It sure was.
We have a very exclusive sports reporter who had a good thing to say about the Bills too.
Going to snow again later today. Kind of confusing. Look like those Cowboys, all that talent, but they don't seem to play great as a team. Maybe Jerry Jones should call Cleveland because all of a sudden, a team with a lot of talent wasn't playing great, and all of a sudden they're playing some terrific football. They are the team that we thought they were going to be.
Preach.
But let's talk about what we should talk about. The Buffalo Bills.
Yeah,
Oh my
Juice.
God, are they tough? That defense with them young players, White and Oliver, on offense, running back Singletary, and this quarterback Josh Allen is way better than I thought he was going to be. And Frank Gore, geez, man, you're amazing. You
Timeless.
still
Yeah.
contribute, especially in key situations. So, way to go, Buffalo. You guys are really terrific.
Hell yeah.
Great games coming
All right, Juice. See?
Yeah.
You heard it from his mouth, from the Juice himself.
The Juice.
That's great.
It is.
What about that other thing? We won't talk about that other thing. Yes, this is an exciting time for Bills fans.
This is an exciting time for Bills fans. It's very exciting. And this could actually, it could disrupt my Florida trip, which I have planned for the second week of January.
If they, you're like, I
If they
didn't
win the-
expect them to still be playing.
Well, the tickets already went on sale for fucking playoff games, and I'm like,
Wow.
what the fuck? They're not even guaranteed in yet. I mean, they've got a 2-game lead in the wild card, but if you're a wild card team, you're not going to get a home playoff game more than likely.
Yeah.
But if you win the division,
then yeah.
then you're guaranteed a home playoff game. Like,
Oh, jeez, that's gonna be the fucking Bills Mafia is gonna be out.
oh my God, dude!
The 5 families of the Bills Mafia are gonna be meeting.
I actually just watched a thing this morning, a clip that they put on Instagram of Bruce Smith and Tre'Davious White, and
That's not a name. That's not a guy.
Tre'Davious White.
That's fake. No, that's not real.
He's one of the best cornerbacks in the league.
I doubt he's white.
He's not.
It's like jumbo shrimp. That's an oxymoron. Tre'Davious is white.
So Bruce was saying, you guys keep playing the way you're playing. You bring Buffalo a home game, you're going to see those blue collar fans out in full force.
Hell yeah, dude. People are going to go nuts.
People will go fucking insane.
If they win the fucking Super Bowl, it's going to be like what the Joker said in Batman when he's like, I'm like a dog trying to catch a car. I don't know what to do with one if I catch it.
Yeah.
I just think it's going to be like there's going to be no cheer. They're going to expect cheering, and everyone's going to be stunned. They're going to be like, we don't have an emotion programmed for this.
All right.
We don't know what to do right now. I'm just kind of confused.
I'm super excited though. I mean, we're all but guaranteed to at least make the playoffs at this point. You know? Which is great, which is huge. You know, the way that they've turned this team around in a couple short years here, because they were so bad for so long. Well, so mediocrity is the best word for it. Like,
yeah.
The 7-9, 8-8, like 6-10, like every fucking year. It's like, you know, you get the fucking 12th fucking pick in the draft. So it's like, you know, then all of a sudden, you know, we got this new coach, and people were saying that they didn't really have a lot of faith in him. Some people, you know.
Yeah.
But I was a firm believer in McDermott the whole time, because he came from Carolina, and that defense was just fucking sick. So I was like, you know, I was thinking, you know, he can at least put a fucking great defense on the field, put the right people around you, build an offense, and now Josh Allen just seems to keep getting better week after week after week, which is fucking
They're
awesome.
riding the momentum of it. And that'll raise the stock of the city, too.
Absolutely.
It'll stop, like, I mean, I listen to a lot of, like, comedy podcasts and shit, and, like, they're all based out of, like, New York or L.A.
Yeah.
And, like, whenever they do a show in Buffalo and they promote their show, they're like, I'm coming to Buffalo. I don't know why. They just talk about how it's just beat. And they're like, we went to Niagara Falls. Like, Jesus Christ, what the fuck happened there?
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, maybe we'll catch a little of that shrapnel of, like, good things happening in the city. And things will pop off. And there'll be a bunch of, like, you know how many kids in Uganda right now have, like, Buffalo Bills 1992 Super Bowl champion hats on right now? A bunch of shit that got printed and never used.
I have. Someone sent me a picture of a kid somewhere around there, probably.
Yeah.
And it just says, "You mean to tell me Buffalo lost the Super Bowl 4 years in a row?" Because he's got 4 Super Bowl champion shirts.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's great, man. That's exciting. You guys got to go. It's going to be a fucking nice trip to Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I'm really excited, and especially, you know, we're sitting in the fucking club, which is fantastic.
Yeah, that's pretty pimp.
Yeah. So we're doing it right. And when you sit in the club, you get to drink the whole game. You don't have to stop at halftime.
Yeah.
You get to go and go and go.
Yeah. In the club, you've earned it.
That's right.
You earned being a fucking mess by the end of it. Just a slushy mess.
So
You get your own bathroom, too.
Yeah.
Maybe that ties into that. They're like, look, we got to have them stop drinking at halftime, or the bathrooms are just going to not even exist. It's going to just be like an aquarium of piss. It's going to be terrible.
Well, they changed it in the Bills Stadium. They changed it. Now it's the end of the third quarter instead of the end of the half, which is huge, because you can just get 2 beers at once. So you get 2. You have a beer right till the fucking end of the game.
Yeah, for sure. I remember being at a game. I think it was like a home opener game, but like, we're in line to get beers, and there's like some, like, you know, 17-year-old girl is working there, and she's like, we're out of beer right now. They're gonna get more. I'm just like, you should probably go get somewhere safe. There's gonna be a problem.
Duck.
It's way too early in the night for that.
Yeah. There'll be more soon, I promise.
Yeah. Yeah. Other exciting news. It's a good thing we didn't record this the other day. So December 20th.
Yep.
We'll do a Friendly Foes show at the we're gonna do the once a month thing at the Jug with the Foes, and December 20th will be the show. We had a conflicting schedule with our diehard fans.
Yep.
And half of the fucking town wouldn't even be there if we did it the next day.
Right.
So yeah, we're gonna do that, and we're gonna do some Christmas shit. Not you know, we're not. You're getting pummeled with Christmas music all day. We're not gonna fucking do that to you. we'll sneak some things in.
Yeah,
that's the thing. We watched it's a newer Grinch movie.
Yeah,
and it's actually co-written and directed by Scott Mosier, who is Kevin Smith's longtime producer going back to Clerks. He's the dude in Clerks who's like, that's beautiful, man. And he pops up. He's in Chasing Amy at the beginning. He pops up in all Kevin's. He's like Kevin Smith's buddy.
Right.
And he's the co-host of Smodcast. And without Smodcast, Captains Jug of Thoughts doesn't exist. Without Smodcast and OJ, I'll come back to that later. Put a pin in that. Put a pin in that. Without OJ, this show doesn't exist.
Without OJ.
So Mosier made this Grinch movie. And the beginning of it, the Grinch wakes up and the alarm clock's playing Christmas music and he fucking throws a shoe at it. And like smashes it, and then he's got to go down to Whoville and get food for him and his dog, and everybody's following him, caroling and singing Christmas music, and he just loses his shit. And I'm like, that's what drove him nuts. It's not the presents and the Who hash and all the shit. It's the fucking music. And he's like, I'm gonna go live on the mountain without, like, where's like the sound decibel stop? Like, how far away do I have to get so I don't have to hear this shit?
Right.
And they start playing Christmas music at like September 28th now. It just drives you nuts. So we're not gonna do that to you December 20th. We'll do a few, you know.
Yeah.
But that'll be.
You got to do one or two, but
oh yeah, for sure.
You can't overdo it.
We'll do the good ones.
Right.
That'll be a fun show.
Yeah, so come have a funky Christmas.
Yeah, it's gonna be funky as shit. We got a lot of stuff. I mean, for the January too, we got a lot of gigs. All right, I'll run down them real quick. January 4th, Friendly Foes at Mr. Goodbar. January 11th, Friendly Foes at Sugar City. And with all these are with other great bands. January 18th, Irregardless at Tudor Lounge. January 25th, we're doing the Jug, right? Friendly Foes at the Jug?
Yep.
January 25th. All right, then February 7th, at Milky's with Wolf of Waltzer and Solar Plexus. That'll be a great show of fucking jam bands. We're going to jam all night. Our first Friendly Foes show at the Jug was February 9th. So it's kind of like a 1-year anniversary coming up.
Really?
Yeah, that's the first one I have.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, I can't believe it's been a whole year.
Yeah, me neither.
It's crazy.
We've done a lot. We're definitely, and we've done a lot of the theme ones. The Prince one was great. We're definitely going to do a Talking Heads show. I'm thinking that January 25th at the Jug might happen to be a Talking Head set.
That'd be awesome.
It'll be fucking great.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. And then February 15th, Irregardless at Central Park Grill for a nice romantic Valentine's Day show.
There you go. So we're not going to do it. Well, yeah, since we're doing the 25th, we probably won't do a Valentine's Day show at the Jug.
Every show we do is a Valentine's Day show.
That's true.
Everything we do is romantic. You move this big, giant electronic organ that we've always talked about is now not in the living room, is now in your bedroom.
Yep.
And you got to learn some sensual shit on that thing.
You guys are going to come over at like 1 in the morning. I'm going to be back there doing some Barry White.
Yeah, playing. You have some girls just swooning over you.
Yep.
It's like Phantom of the Opera. Yeah. So, yeah, dude, a lot of good shit playing for the wintertime.
Yeah. Trying to keep everything going.
Oh, okay. So, OJ. People might get sick of the OJ talk, but without OJ, this show doesn't exist. Let me take it back. In 94, OJ had a misunderstanding with his wife and her friend Ron Goldman. She said you're supposed to put the knives back in the block on the kitchen counter. He disagreed.
He thought they went inside of her.
So, OJ, that whole thing goes down. A band from Long Island called Rotgut wrote a parody song to Sitting on the Dock of the Bay, and it was called Gunner Electric Shock OJ. And it was really funny. So this band, they're playing this parody song, and there was a radio show on Long Island on WBAB called Opie's Nighttime Attitude. So they sent the song into Opie. Opie played it. His fans loved it. His listeners loved it. So he had the two brothers from the band, Joe and Anthony, come in and play the song live and do a little bit of radio with them. And that very night, the Opie and Anthony show was born. And then they went on to Boston and got fired, then came back to New York and got fired, then went to Sirius and got fired. But like that whole thing, like I fucking love that show. Opie and Anthony with Patrice and Louis C.K. and Bill Burr, and that whole thing is like the funniest shit in the world to me. That's what got me to start doing podcasts, which led through all the different shows I've done to the Captains Jug of Thoughts.
Right.
So without OJ, None of that happened. And none of that shit exists.
Thanks, OJ.
Yeah, seriously. People think they talk about OJ too much, but he's like, that's the Big Bang, dude. That's where and God said, let there be juice. Like, without all that, we don't exist. You're not listening to this right now. We're not doing this. You know, it all goes back to the juice. We are not listening to, there we go. There's an OJ and Cap's cell phone are like the two main characters of the show. We've become the sidemen.
My phone is quite active, but I don't know. This is one of my employees, but I don't think that she needs anything important.
You
so I'll
already
get
had to go
to
back
her.
there. Yeah, I told you, man. When you started living here, when you're literally like 20 feet away, they're just gonna never leave you alone.
They don't ever leave me alone.
Because you're right there.
It's unbelievable.
You can come solve any problem.
Yeah,
It's like a baby in a crib. You gotta let them just cry.
right. I know.
Put him on the show. I want to know.
Put him on the show. I want to
What
know.
the question is.
Well, she's not working right now, so she doesn't work till next Saturday.
You just pick it
Not
up.
this Saturday, next Saturday.
You pick it up. She's like, I need bleach and like a tarp or a carpet or something. We're like, okay, all right, we're gonna take a break. Let's go ahead. Yeah. So what else is going on at the Jug for the holidays?
Well, actually, right now we're under construction.
Oh, geez.
Now, it's good construction. On the third floor, we are putting a new room in. So, for those of you who don't know, the Jug is also an Airbnb. And on the third floor, there's 3 rooms on the one side of the building. And across from that, there's a bathroom, and then there's 2 old rooms. Well, we blew the wall out in between rooms 4 and 5. And we're putting a bathroom in there and making it like a luxury room, like a luxury suite, so to speak. And so it's pretty exciting. It's going to be a really nice room. Like it's been under construction for about a week now.
Yeah.
All the plumbing went in today for the bathroom, so it's exciting. It's a big move. It's gonna help, I think, a lot as far as getting more people to stay there.
Yeah.
And
That's the
having
thing, too, like-
another really nice room for people to stay in there.
For sure. That's like, because, like, we're so out of the way. You know what I mean? You tell people, like, oh, we're doing this thing at the Jug, and, like, they don't want to drive back to Buffalo or fall wherever they live. It's just like, well, no, you can stay there. It's a nice room, and
Right.
fucking you wake up, have good breakfast,
Yeah.
watch the fucking sunset over the lake. Come on.
Yeah, it's great. It's
We were
great. And
just
it's a great place to stay, too.
Talking
It really
about
is.
Ireland before the show. You might be planning some European vacations.
I could possibly be. I don't know if it'll be next year or the following year, but I just found out that I might have a place to stay in Naples. So if that's the case, that kind of that kind of pushes me in that direction a little bit
For
more.
sure. Like we were saying, like every tavern, every old school tavern and pub you go to, like it's also a lodging place because that was, people traveling and shit. They,
Right.
there wasn't Hiltons back then.
No.
So they'd stop and get a beer and a drink and a shave and a woman and everything you'd possibly need. Yeah, that's a Louis C.K. bit. You put a coin on the counter and that paid for everything. And it was a one-stop shop. And that's what the Jug used to be.
Right.
That's what it should be now. You know what I mean?
I know.
Society's on its way out, so we need places like this. What?
Women?
What about women? Yeah.
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 Oh, God damn it.
You guys wanted to vote. All the voting got us in some trouble. Now we're going right back. It's your fault.
Here's the invite to my birthday party, but I don't know whose number that is.
Happy birthday. We don't know what to put on
I've
the
never
card.
seen that number before in my life. I'm glad. Thank you for inviting me to your party. Now just let me know who you are.
Who is this? Yeah. I don't know. When's the date of the party? Like, we can trace this back.
It doesn't even say.
We start Googling birth certificates on that day and find a familiar name.
Let's see. I gotta go to a website to get.
Oh, this is a scam. You know
This
what?
is a scam.
You know what isn't a scam? Oh, I know who it is. I got the same one right now.
Oh, who is it?
Shut up, Juice.
It's OJ?
No, it's Juice's birthday. Hey, you guys have been so supportive.
You guys need to come to my birthday.
Yeah. Now, legally,
Only if I can cut the cake, Juice.
That's the whole thing. Like, that's a tradition of the birthday. Is like whoever's birthday is next has to like cut the cake, right? Or,
Right.
like, you put the knife
Yeah.
in, they take it out.
Yeah.
Like, whose birthday is next? Everyone's like, oh fuck, what is July? Oh shit, shit. Never mind. That's a dumb tradition. Let's not do that.
Nobody wants to do that.
Yeah. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
So
who is it?
it's Lizzie.
Oh, it's Lizzie.
So I got, dude, big things happening. Big things happening. Let me find it. This is in my junk. I don't really go through my junk email that much, but when I do, there's opportunities you miss. You gotta take everything. You know, don't ignore anything. There's constant opportunities out there. So I got an email from none other than Bill and Melinda Gates. That's right, Bill Gates.
Bill Gates gave you an invite?
Yeah.
To his birthday?
I know, even better. It says, hello, compliment of the season. You have been gifted $10 million from Mr. Bill Gates.
Oh, yeah?
Contact email for your claim. This is the email. Bill N. Melinda. Bill, letter N, Melinda, like kid and play. It's Bill N. Melinda .gates11, because I guess the first 10 were taken, at gmail.com.
Oh.
Hope this information meet you well. That's what it says. It's in. I didn't realize Bill Gates, such a computer genius, spoke in very broken English. His emails are completely illiterate for the guy who invented all of this shit.
Yeah.
I hope this information meet you well, as I know you will be curious to know how/why I selected you to receive a sum of $10 million.
I'm curious.
Our information below is 100% legitimate. It's a good thing they said that, because until they said that, I was a little,
Yeah. I would have been
wary.
skeptical.
Yeah, but they said it's 100% legitimate.
Well,
so,
then it must be.
yeah, and then there's
Especially if you read it on the internet.
Yeah, well, the legitimate information is a link to a Wikipedia page for the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's cool.
Yeah. Do you have
So-
to donate it right back?
$10 million in the bank.
In the bank.
Get ready. I'm going to be playing Friendly Foe shows with a fucking gold guitar, bitch.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, thanks, Bill.
Oh, so a little bit more exciting news at the Jug. Our new merchandise has come in. So we've got new hoodies,
I got a hat.
and the hoodies are fucking fantastic. And they've got the big jug on the front, and they say "Jug for One" on the back.
Nice.
Yeah, which is really cool. And the new hats are coming in, and for those of you with small children, onesies.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Or
we got Jug onesies now.
the midget from the scullery.
Yes. She may fit into one.
She'll have a hard time getting out of a onesie. She had an easy time getting that shirt off. I think it'll be more difficult to get a onesie off.
I don't know if those breasts will go in there,
You gotta stretch it out a little bit.
but the bottom half will definitely fit.
Yeah, that's cool. Get
Yeah.
your baby laced up in some chug gear.
Yeah. So, yeah, we got a bunch of other stuff coming in too shortly, but all that stuff will be there. As for tonight, it'll be, it's a great Christmas gift. All
Yeah.
those things are good Christmas gifts. I had a couple of people actually ask me about the onesies the last few nights because they are sending them to friends of theirs that live out of town for a Christmas gift that have had a baby within the last year. So I'm already moving the onesies. I'm pretty happy about that. I was a little, up and down on those. But,
Yeah, I could get it, but no, that's like a cute thing.
yeah. So
People like to
I
buy
only
their
had
kids
20 of
cute
them made just as like a tester, and if it works, I'll have 50 of them made.
Yeah, supply and demand.
Exactly.
So all you out there, keep banging, keep making babies. Let's push
Right.
some onesies.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we've both had a ton of stories about every time like we're out somewhere, we're wearing like a Jug hat or a Jug shirt, and like some random ass person will come up to us and be like, "You talking about the Stone Jug, like in Youngstown?"
Yep.
Like it's an identifiable thing.
It's very identifiable.
Yeah. And people are gonna go, "Oh, excuse me, this may be weird. Is your baby wearing a Jug onesie?
Yeah.
Is that the Stone Jug?"
Well, Hot Dog just had his baby, so I'll be
Yeah.
I'll be bringing him one down when I go down to Florida in a month.
Hell yeah,
So
lace him up.
yeah.
A cute kid will sell anything. Get that on a cute kid. Take some pictures. People will be, "Oh, that's so cute." And
Yeah.
they'll buy it. You know what I mean?
I know.
You need to get Baby Yoda wearing a fucking Jug thing. People are going apeshit over this Baby Yoda.
Yeah.
I'm gonna Photoshop a jug onesie on Baby Yoda.
You should.
Yeah.
That will sell.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
So, yeah, I'm really excited about all the merchandise. And we are also putting a new roof on the wooden part of the building. Not a new roof, but we're redoing the roof. And I believe that part of the building was built in the 20s.
Jeez.
So, it sprung a couple leaks. We don't really. That's the part of the building where we do the our Wednesday night.
That back room
open
there.
mic, yeah.
The back room with the big American flag.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's the part of the building that we do the open mic in and everything like that. We're getting a new roof put on there sometime probably in the next month. So,
So the jug will be able to withstand the blast when society inevitably crumbles.
Yes. Well, the stone part of the building was always going to be able to. But
Yeah.
now the wood part will be able to, too.
Yeah, we're going to reinforce it. Even after the apocalypse, open mic will continue.
That's right.
Yeah.
As long as there's people.
Keith Richards will have somewhere to play.
Yep. So we'll have to get another flag for him probably, but
Yeah. That's great, man.
yeah. So
That's always a good sign of things, is good construction, building things up, improving the building itself.
yeah.
That shows you guys are selling a lot of onesies.
We are selling a ton of onesies.
Got a new roof on the place.
Thank you for your support. We're able to put a new roof on to keep you guys dry.
We're going to have to, sew all the onesies together and make a canopy.
Yeah.
Dude, on the way out here, we were coming down 5th Street, like down by where my parents live.
Uh-huh.
And there were like what is it called? The electrical trucks with the bucket and the crane. Say something. National Grid. National Grid. That's what it is.
Okay.
Wait, she's just looking at me smiling.
It was a National Grid though, but it was an electrical.
It was electrical.
Like,
Dude,
out of town.
how many trucks were there? Like 20 fucking trucks. No. Like, dude, it was all the way down. It looked weird. We saw these lights and we're like, what the fuck is that? So we decided to go down, and like all down 5th Street, we're like, is it like they all have to like unplug it and plug it in at the same time? They had like 20 buckets up in the air, like down the street. It
Really?
looked weird.
Trucks in my life at one time.
Were they hanging
Really?
Christmas lights? I don't know what the fuck they were doing. It was weird. There was a lot of chaos going on out there today.
Oh, speaking of hanging Christmas lights.
Another-
So, the other day, Becky from the Galley asked me if she thought that Mike would hang Christmas lights in her trees with his lift, and I said, Mike doesn't have a lift, and I don't know. So she's like,
Is she British? Is she talking about an elevator?
huh?
Is she?
No.
Never mind.
So she's like, I'm like, if you rented one, then maybe we could do it, and so she's like, well, maybe we can just use the one from the village. So she calls the village to ask, and the village basically, I guess, was like kind of blowing her off. She goes, well, I'm sitting here with Chris Harden, and they go, oh, you're sitting there with Chris? Yeah, he did that down in Florida. Well, let's see, we might be able to work something out for you. She's like, how do I have all this pull as soon as I say your name? And I was like, I don't know. And she's like, and you used to hang Christmas lights? Why didn't you mention that? And I'm like,
Captain Christmas Lights.
Captain Christmas Lights.
You know what this means. You got to get your boys back. You got to get them up here.
The Boys in the Hood?
Yes. All of them.
All of them.
What the fuck was that guy's name? Transformer White or whatever the fuck. Him?
Tre'Davious White.
Yeah.
He plays for the Bills. He doesn't hang lights.
The-
He's the type of guy that would pay me to hang his lights.
yeah. Yeah, dude, you got to get your boys up here. There's no fucking lizards. There's no snakes.
No, there's not. They
Yo.
wouldn't be jumping out of the trees running away.
I don't do squirrels.
I don't do squirrels.
They could fucking come, dude. They would love friendly folks.
Well, they have tree rats down there. So
What the fuck's a tree rat?
they're rats that live in trees.
That sounds like a derogatory name for a hippie.
No, it's not. Well, it might be, but
There's probably a lot of tree rats at that fucking fish show the other night.
But yeah, the rats, because down there's so many fucking snakes and everything that will fucking eat them. They live in trees
Jesus.
instead of on the ground. It's
Adapt
fucked.
and overcome.
Yeah, it's fucked up, dude.
That's creepy.
Dude, one day I was fucking hanging lights, And there was all these bushes, like high bushes around this tree that I was doing. And I'm wrapping the tree, and I can't find where the short is in the tree. So I'm moving up like two steps on the ladder at a time, moving up, checking all the fuses, fucking everything, going through. All of a sudden, I'm like, what the fuck is that? I turn, and I have a headlamp on because it's dark out. And there's 2 rats,
Jesus.
like 2 feet away from my face on this fucking branch. I'm like, ugh, fuck. I'm like, Jesus. And they fucking ran as soon as I hit them with the light. But I was like, what the fuck, dude?
That's creepy.
I was 20 feet in the air.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And they're like rats, like a New York City rat, like a
It's
big
a
fat rat.
fucking rat.
Jesus.
A full-on rat. It was fucking, I was like, dude, this is fucking not cool. So, like, yeah, one of the first things I did when we moved into our house down there was trim all the trees way back so that because they'll jump onto your roof and fucking get into the house like that.
Yeah.
So I trimmed all the trees way back away from the house, and people were like, you have to get permission to do that. And I was like, I don't give a fuck.
You know who I am?
I'm like, there are
Call
not
the town,
rats.
say my name.
There are not rats coming into this fucking house.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Yeah. So.
We don't got that here. We got squirrels. Squirrels are friendly.
Right.
I got Earl the Squirrel. I put a video up on the Captains Jug of Thoughts Facebook page of Earl the Squirrel taking an almond out of my hand the other day. Because it's getting cold, so he's at the window. He's desperate. He's a fat motherfucker.
He is?
Yeah, he's fucking huge. I mean, they pack it on for the winter, but like, Jesus, Earl. I'm going to get him a little treadmill or something. Maybe he should start climbing some more trees.
Yeah, seriously.
Fat fuck.
Earl.
Yeah,
My
dude.
grandfather's name.
Well, there you go. Earl's a good dude. I
Yeah.
bet they would love him. No tree rats, no snakes. Some heights, not that high. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, it's like the trees right here, like the tree in front of my house.
No, that's nothing. They could deal with that.
Yeah.
Just don't look down.
Right.
They would love Friendly Foes.
For sure.
They do a bunch of old school, some Eazy-E, some Biggie and shit. They would love it.
Oh, they love that shit.
Yeah. Nobody's getting shot.
Right.
The last thing that got shot around here, Pete shot it. It was a turkey. We ate it.
Speaking of which, my uncle sent me a video on Facebook last night. And it's this hunter, and he's walking through the woods, and he looks up and he sees a deer. So he pulls up his scope, and he's like, right? And then he thinks he sees something move, so he fucking pulls up his scope again, and there's another deer, and he's like, and then they go back to the fucking hunter's face, and he gets this big, like, oh my God type look on his face, and all of a sudden he's like,
Jeez.
he comes walking up onto the scene, and it's just Santa in a sleigh with a bunch of dead reindeer. It says Merry Christmas.
That's funny. Well, hey, you got to put like a vest on those things or something. You know what I mean? You don't know.
I was like, wow, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
So,
I think the Grinch movie proved there's no Santa, too. Because think about it. Santa never showed up.
Santa never showed up.
Did he? Did the Grinch come and undo all that shit?
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. It seems to open up the theory that there's more evil than good in the world. Because the Grinch was definitely fucking real.
The Grinch was definitely
I think Santa wasn't real. And then at the end of that movie, the little girl, his mom is like a single mom, and she has twins and the little girl, and she's like running ragged and working all the time. And the mom's all tired, and the little girl's like, I just want my mom to be happy for Christmas. And then like at the end, like the Grinch is hanging around the house, like helping him fix shit. Pretty sure the Grinch started banging Mrs. Lou-Hoo.
Mrs. Lou-Hoo?
Is that what this is about?
Yeah.
She's like, Mr. Grinch, I just want my mom to get laid for Christmas.
Yeah.
She's being a bitch.
Could you give my mother an orgasm?
Yeah, seriously. You're weird and green, but you're probably into some kinky shit, huh?
Definitely.
Yeah. So, Merry Christmas. That's what that's about. All right. Captain's Jug of Thoughts. We'll take a little break there. Hey, enjoy this next tune. Coming in at number 5. Here is a track called Organoids by Irregardless.
guys. Thank you very much. Rock on for the fest. That's Brendan. That's Mike. That's Ryan. I'm Sean. By the way, nice to meet you. Right on. Unleash the Lions up next.
I don't know.
Somebody saw me do it last night. I pounded like a glass of water, and I was like, ah. And they were like, Sprite? I was like, no, water. And they were like, oh, only Sprite does that to me. I was like, okay.
Like you take a sigh of relief afterwards?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know where it came from, but
I think that all of us, it develops with age. You start, when you're younger, you look at older people and the weird shit they do. You're like, what is wrong with them? I'm never going to do that.
Yep.
And then you end up doing all those weird things.
I know. It's so strange.
You start seeing deals at the supermarket and you're like, ooh.
Oh, yeah.
You know what's going to be funny? Is like old guys now talk like how young guys in the 60s did. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Knuckle sandwich and a buster and all that bullshit.
Yeah.
It's gonna be hilarious when an 80-year-old guy is like, "Oh, dude, what the fuck? My fucking hip, god damn it!"
Last night, it was funny. I was talking about how I'm going to the Pittsburg game, and this older guy that comes in, Donnie, he goes, "What the fuck, Donnie? You know that
Shut the fuck up, Donnie. Yeah,
shut the fuck up, Donnie. Yeah,
you're out of your element."
He goes, you know what I don't understand? He goes, they say that's the prime time game. He goes, to me, prime time is 4 to 7, which is our happy hour. So I'm just all I'm thinking in my head is you cheap son of a bitch. Your prime time is 4 to 7 because you get to save $1 on beers.
That's the best time of the day to me.
8 o'clock. I'm in bed.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
That doesn't work for me.
No.
That's like the people who stumble into the bar at 3 a.m. and as I'm putting my guitar in my case, they're like, "You're done?"
Yeah.
Me and Peter sweating, just played for 4 hours straight.
Yeah.
We're just like, yeah, we're done. You missed it. Sorry. Where were you this entire day? We've been playing since the fucking sun came up.
How could you be done?
Yeah.
There's still 10 minutes till close.
Right? Where have you been? There's one bar in this town. Where the fuck did you just crawl out of?
So my friend just calls me and she goes, me and my son were having a shitty day today. And she's like, so we were kind of snapping at each other, and he's 7. He just turned 7. And she goes, you know what? She goes, I'm just going to let that last comment go because I can tell you're having a bad day. And I guess he got a little bit teary-eyed, and he goes, I am having a bad day. He's like, that kid on the bus, there's an older kid on the bus who's 9 or whatever. He's like, he keeps picking on me, and he hit me really hard in the stomach today. And because he's friends with the bus driver doesn't believe me when I tell him. And she's like, oh, I'm sorry, honey. That is bad, you know. She's like, I'll see what I can do. And he goes, wait, I know what we can do. Oh, no, that won't work. And she's like, what? He goes, well, I just was going to say, I wish there was a way that, you could just come on the bus with me. But then that wouldn't solve the problem because his dad's bigger than you. And she's like, so you're just going to transfer the fight from me, from you to me, and from him to him?
Yeah, that's funny. He was going to have his mom come beat up the 9-year-old.
Yeah.
But then he's like, no, then his dad will show up. It'll just escalate.
Yeah.
There's no laws on this bus.
And then he goes, well, maybe it would work because it's okay if a girl hits a guy, but a guy's not allowed to hit a girl, right, Mom?
He's playing the rules to his advantage.
Right. I was like, he is a fucking smart kid.
Yeah, he's playing the system.
He's totally playing the system.
The other kid's playing the system. There's a corruption of power happening with this bus driver.
There is.
I think there's some sort of payola happening. Like the other kid's slipping snacks from his lunch to the bus driver, and the bus driver is going to turn a blind eye when the other kid punches the kid in the stomach.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. So, Newport School District, you better start watching your fucking bus drivers.
Yeah, your bus drivers. They're going to have to, one of the kids is going to have to wear a wire.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm going to go punch Timmy in the gut. Well, what's in it for me? You got those gushers? Yeah, the little Avengers ones with the little Hulk? Yeah. Maybe a few of those show up on the dashboard, and I don't see you punch Timmy in the stomach. The whole situation they got going on.
We got you.
Can't see the front page of the Sentinel.
Yeah, the front page.
Corruption in Newport's bus district.
Well, we've got a Youngstown News now.
Really?
Yeah,
That's great.
I know. So it'll be on the front page of the Youngstown News too.
That's a big deal.
That is a big deal.
I'm sure that whatever happens at the jug is going to end up in there.
Oh, Third Thursday, for those of you, again, with kids. Third Thursday, we do a thing in Youngstown called Third Thursday where all the businesses do a special.
A lot of thuzz in that sentence.
Yeah. It's a little bit of a
So,
tongue
Thurman,
twister,
let me
but-
tell you about
but,
Third Thursday.
Yeah.
That's the thing we do every
We crushed
third
it.
Thursday.
We both crushed it without stumbling through.
Yeah.
So anyway, this Third Thursday is, I believe, it's the 19th. So we are doing we have a Christmas sleigh that we put out front and we decorate with lights, and we're doing Santa Claus and free hot cocoa for the kids. So come get your picture taken with Santa Claus on the sleigh, and some free hot cocoa for the kids, and some I don't know, Bailey's and coffee for you if you'd like.
Yeah.
You gotta pay for that though.
Maybe you can ask Santa for one.
If it's bad Santa,
Yeah, really.
you might be able to get a little pull off the whiskey bottle in the pocket.
Yeah. He shows up. You're like, where's the midget? What's going on? Are you going to bang broads and drink and curse? Come on. What are we paying for?
What are we paying for here?
That's the Santa we want.
So, that's gonna be that's another
Thursday.
thing that we're doing. Yeah, the 19th.
That's great.
Yeah, so come buy a onesie, let your kids spill hot chocolate all over it and all over Santa's lap, and have a good time.
Oh, I guess you got to buy another onesie.
Yeah, another onesie.
That's funny. We should have Santa, and we should have Santa come back for Day of the Dead. Just be like Jerry. There's just tons
It'll be Jerry.
There's just Jerry Garcia decorations all over the place now.
Yeah. Is that Santa or is that Jerry?
I don't know.
It's both.
Is he chain smoking and fucking whipping through a good? Just like there was that dude at the Thanksgiving show who was like, "Play some Dead." Like he was dancing his balls off when we were doing the Prince set. We played Dead earlier, and then we played Franklin's Tower in the first set.
Oh, Mark.
Yeah, and I was like, "Yeah, we'll play some Dead later after we do the Prince thing." He's play some Dead. I was like, "We got to get that guy to come back when Santa's here." Start yelling at him. Come on, trucking. Let's hear some trucking. Stella Blue.
Casey Jones.
Just have him get hammered and yell at Santa.
Yeah.
Come on, rip it.
That would be great.
That'd be great.
Our boy Schmoyer is over there.
Yeah, we heard.
We heard.
We're all quiet. We can hear him.
We can hear him through the two buildings.
Yeah. That's the
So,
Grinch. The Grinch got away from him.
So we're doing that. We're doing that new room on the third floor, and he's loud and boisterous, but he's got the most energy out of anyone I've ever seen.
Yeah.
So
Lights up a room.
yeah. So they were bringing the insulation in because when they took a lot of the plaster and stuff like that off certain parts of the walls, old insulation was just like newspaper, you know what I mean, from way back then. So, which, by the way, side note, one of the articles in one of the newspapers was written by Maximus Hardin,
Wow.
spelled the same way.
That's crazy.
I know. I was like, whoa.
You had an old fucking Greek king as a relative, I guess.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, because it's cool. All these old newspapers you can read.
Yeah.
Wow.
Maximus Hardin.
Yeah.
Which, if I ever have a kid, I might have to name him that.
Yeah. That's funny.
So anyway, he's like, I got this. And he grabs the biggest roll of insulation. He gets to the top of the stairs, which, for any of you who have ever been in the jug, a normal set of stairs is 11 steps or something like that. Well, at the jug, because of the high ceilings and everything like that,
Yeah,
it's 15.
yeah.
So he gets to the top and goes ass over tea kettle all the way to the bottom. And they were coming up behind him with sheetrock and shit, and they were like, "Move! Here he comes!"
Like the fucking thing in Indiana Jones.
Yeah. So I saw him today, and he's got this big scrape along the side of his face
Jeez.
and all
He's
this
just trying
shit.
to help.
Yeah, I know. But Yeah.
There was
Couldn't have happened to a funnier guy.
there's a clip that gets posted, and it was like so there's like the news anchors on the street, and it's snowing, and they're interviewing this couple, and they're like one of those really obnoxious athletic couples, and they're out running. And they're like, "You like running in the snow?" And she goes, "Yes, it's perfect running. It's low impact on your joints, and you don't overheat, and all the benefits of going jogging in the snow." And they're like, "Oh, that's great. Well, have a good jog." And they start running away, and the camera's filming them run down the street. And as the voice, the lady's going, "Well, in downtown Cleveland, the snow's coming down." Oh my God! And the girl just slips and just bangs the back of her head. There's no way she remembered that day.
Oh,
like
Jesus.
it was just knocked out of her. She just went down, and it was on like live TV.
Oh my God!
That's
wow.
hilarious. I think I've told this before, but I was like walking one day and it was like really icy and shitty, and there was a school bus pulled up, and like remember that kid who used to just run off the school bus and just sprint?
Yeah.
And just that annoying kid.
Yep.
And I'm just like, ugh, one of these fucking kids. And I see him get off the bus, and as soon as he jumps off the stairs and hits the sidewalk, he just slipped like a fucking cartoon. Just slips out and just eats shit. And I had headphones on, I'm listening to music, and I could feel myself go like, ah, and I just started laughing. And then I looked on the porch, and there was his mom, and she just gave me the coldest look. And I'm just like, what do you? I don't know this kid. He fell. It's fucking funny. If it wasn't your kid, you'd be laughing.
Absolutely.
You should be laughing. It is your kid. That kid probably drove you nuts all morning. It was some
Right.
bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd laugh if it was my kid or not.
It's goddamn funny.
Anytime someone falls, it's funny.
Dude, and the ice, too, like I said, it's like a cartoon. They get all slippy and slidey. They try to catch themselves.
Yeah.
And then they land, and like a big tuft of snow plows up. It's hilarious. It's got all the visual elements of good comedy.
Right. Absolutely.
Like it's like Buster Keaton shit.
That's great.
You know what else is really funny that I wanted to play? That this is a clip that I just constantly remember. And if anyone's ever heard this, they know. But it's a miracle. This is a Christmas miracle.
Do you believe that the Lord tonight has set you free? Yes, sir. Turn around and tell those people. Tell them, I'm not gay no more. I am delivered. I don't like men no more. I said I like women. Women. I said women. I'm not gay. I would not date a man. I would not carry a purse. I would not put on makeup. I will love a woman.
What the hell is that?
That's so fucking funny.
I don't like men's no more. I likes women's.
Women. Totally love it.
I will not wear a purse or put on makeup.
Dude, yeah. I don't know. I don't believe him.
No.
That just tickles me.
Yeah.
For some reason, that one just pops up, and I'm like, oh, every time. I don't like women. I don't like men's no more.
I don't like men's no more.
Women. It's like a little kid, like when you're like, like that little kid who wants to be like, yeah, I smoke cigarettes. I smoke them every day. Smoke them. Every day. I'm such a badass. You're like, no, you don't.
They don't.
If you saw a cigarette, you'd throw up. That guy saw a vagina, he'd throw up.
We were talking about did you guys hear about this hepatitis A outbreak because of Taco Bell?
No.
You guys haven't had Taco Bell in the last couple weeks, have you?
The last couple of years.
All right, you're good then.
Yeah.
There was so I guess that there was a line like about a half a mile long for people getting their hepatitis A shot like the other day because someone that works at Taco Bell in the Falls had hepatitis A, and it somehow.
Oh, this is like a local thing.
Yeah, and it somehow got into the meat or something. Like I don't know.
Jeez.
But yeah, it was the Falls. Like 2 people at my work went and got hepatitis A shots because they had Taco Bell last week.
Well, it's like, how do you?
And they're fine, obviously. Like, but
it's hard to
you still gotta do
diagnose.
it, you know.
You know what I mean? It's hard to diagnose that because someone's like, I don't feel right. I feel like shit. Well, what do you think? What'd you eat? I ate some Taco Bell. Oh, well, there you go. That explains it.
Yeah,
It'll pass.
it'll pass.
You'll shit your brains out and it'll be gone.
Right,
And then you'll go do the same thing again in a week.
right.
Yeah.
So, Yeah, I forget what my point was, but there was a hepatitis A breakout. Oh, so last night somebody was eating and they were like, "What are you talking about?" And they're like, I was like, "Yeah, there was everybody had to go get their hepatitis A shots because the local Taco Bell fucking had some employee like somehow, I don't know,
cut their finger and bleed into the
yeah, something like it happened, and he's like." He's eating his sub, and he's like, "Stop! Please stop talking! Please stop talking!" I'm like, "Dude, calm down." I'm like, "Everything's okay." He's like, "Seriously, stop talking." I'm like, "I'm not talking about it anymore."
There's people that have very sensitive, gag reflex.
Oh
things.
man, he's got the worst.
Yeah. I remember one day
Cooter McFarland.
after we played, when the Irish Rose was still open, we played a gig, and then we, partied all night, probably with you. And then, we went back to the bar the next day to like get food, and like I went into the bath. I was feeling, I was hungover as fuck, but like I was feeling all right.
Yeah.
And then I go into the bathroom, and some just big old man took like the worst shit, dude. It fucking was terrible. And I'm pissing at the urinal while he's cleaning up and whatever. And I'm like holding it back, and I'm just like, dude, oh, it's so gross. It's so gross. And then as soon as he left, I had to turn around and run into the stall with the one toilet.
Oh no!
Where this fucking horrible event just took place, and just fucking blow chunks into the dude. It was terrible.
That is horrible.
Yeah, I remember that. And I came back out, and it was like in Pulp Fiction when she's like, "Don't you love when you go to the bathroom and you come back and your food is at the table?" I came back and I was like, "Oh no, I don't want it. I don't want it."
I went outside to have a smoke today, and I got a phone call, and I was on the phone for probably like 10 minutes. Was sewing a couple things up for the big football weekend, and as soon as I walked in, and as soon as I turned around after closing the door, they were setting my plate on my spot, and I was like, "That is perfect."
Yeah,
got the hungry man. You gotta get the hungry
What's
man
the
breakfast
hungry man?
at the galley.
Is it just a pile of everything?
Well, you can get it. I get it a special way. But you can get it's
I don't like the hungry man. I like the hungry women.
It's 2 eggs, 2 pancakes, 2 pieces of either bacon or sausage, and hash browns. But I get the bacon and the sausage.
I was gonna say, yeah.
And I turn the pancakes into a different style, like. I went with the chocolate chip banana.
Oh,
this time.
Decadent.
They were fucking outstanding.
Yeah.
But I get the strawberry one sometimes. They've got like an apple walnut or apple cinnamon and something walnut.
You just point to the menu. You're like, see where it says "or." Why don't you go ahead and change that to an "and"?
Yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah.
And they know.
Yeah.
They're like, "Would you like to upgrade, Chris?" I'm like, I do.
Yeah, you got to fill up. I was cooking a little steak and eggs this morning, but I was listening to a show called The Bonfire on Sirius XM. It's one of the funniest goddamn shows ever. But they somehow started talking about like cremation.
Yeah.
And they had a guy who works at a crematorium. That sounds like something different. I don't work at the crematorium no more. But it was really interesting. Like, it was fascinating radio to listen to, and the guy's talking about it, and they're making all these fucking hilarious jokes about it. But like, I'm sitting there, he's talking about melting and burning bodies, and I'm like cooking beef, and I'm like, oh, this is weird as fuck. I turn it off. I'm like, do I either not eat this or do I turn the show off? And I was like, I'll listen to these guys next week.
Yeah.
I'm eating this shit.
I'm just
gonna put it out of my mind.
Speaking of which, I should pull a steak out of the freezer for dinner tonight.
Yeah.
It's too late. I might have to pull it out for tomorrow night.
Gotta time that shit right.
Yeah. So, steak dinner tomorrow. Or maybe steak and eggs tomorrow morning.
Who knows? It depends.
Yeah, it depends on how frisky I feel in the morning.
Well, it's a weird thing about having an actual live chicken, and also, like, we keep getting confused about, like, hey, did you take the chicken out for tomorrow? Or like, the chicken or the chicken? Which one? Because the other one's out in the yard. The other one's in the fridge. Which one is... Do I put that one back in and take the other one out? They're both frozen. It's cold as fuck out there.
They're both frozen.
We need to be a little more specific here.
Yeah. Did I already tell you that I had to fucking throw somebody out of the bar last night?
No.
Yeah, so last night I covered for Nicolette, and it was the single most annoying Thursday night that I've ever fucking worked. And I've been bartending for 17 years.
Yeah. Wow.
So,
dude, I couldn't imagine that shit. Like, I have a very low tolerance for that. Even when I was drinking, I had a low tolerance for super drunk people. And the only time I have to really deal with them is when I'm playing music. So I have a giant speaker in front of me that just kind of like satiates them.
Right.
You know, I just start playing music, they start dancing, and they stop bothering me.
right.
It's like a little thing that just kind of repels them away. It's great.
Yeah, you're lucky.
Yeah. You don't have that. You have what they want.
I have everything that they want.
Yeah.
So, but this one guy last night, he kept putting his hands on people, and I noticed it.
Yeah.
And I noticed that a couple of the people were not like, they weren't like pissed off, but they were definitely
annoyed by it.
Yeah, they were like, I really wish this guy would stop putting his fucking hands on me. But, you know, most people around here are relatively nice, and like they're kind of letting it go. So I walked up and I go, hey, stop putting your fucking hands on everyone. And he's like, what? Gave me this confused look. And I'm like, keep your hands to yourself. It's not that hard. Just do it.
That's what you're taught when you're 4.
So like a half an hour goes by, and he's doing it to this other guy that I know. And like the guy said, he's like, Hardin, what am I supposed to do right now? And I was like, what did I just fucking tell you? And he like looked at me, and then as soon as I turned around, he fucking went to grab him again and fucking knocked the glass out of his hand and smashed all over the fucking floor.
Oh, jeez.
I go, get the fuck out of my bar. And he just like stopped and had these huge eyes. And I was like, I'm not fucking around. Get the fuck out right fucking now. Don't make me come across this fucking bar. Because I was done with him and just about everyone else for the whole night.
Yeah.
This was around like 12:30, you know. I'd been there for like 6 hours, and I'd just, you know, like been dealing with annoying, like slightly disgruntled people, like all evening. Like, I don't know if it's because the holidays are coming up or
something going around.
You know, yeah.
Even like we were saying today, like going through, like there was just an annoyance in the air. Even the kids on the school bus are dealing with it. The kids are having a bad day.
So then these two guys, like about 20 minutes later, were still talking about it. And I was like, all right, guys, it's enough. Like, it's over.
Yeah.
You know?
Well,
and I was like,
drunk
you know
people
what?
repeat. They have about 3 minutes worth of conversation in them, and then they just keep redoing it.
So I go, you know what? I'm like, it's getting late. Maybe it's time you guys went home too. And they were like, are you telling us that we have to leave? I go, I'm not telling you you have to leave. And they were like, we get it. I was like, good. Congratulations. Have a good evening.
Yeah.
And they got up and left. Because I didn't really have a reason to throw them out. They were just, I was already super fucking annoyed. Then they were annoying me by constantly repeating the fucking story. I'm like, we all know what happened.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Stop reliving it. We want to get away from it.
Yeah, that part of our evening is over.
You
Let's
gotta
move on to
kinda
something better.
Read the room and say, hey, maybe this night's over.
Yeah. So,
this place is juiced.
I was like, thanks, guys. Tomorrow's another day. They were like, we'll see you tomorrow. Don't worry. I'm like, I'm not worried.
You'll be here.
Just like me, you will also be here.
Yeah. That is satisfying, though. I wish I saw that. There's nothing better than like someone being an asshole and then just getting like embarrassed and yelled at and reprimanded and kicked out. Like, it's just satisfying for everybody else. Like, I mean, the best is like a comic, like when there's someone at a comedy show, like being a fucking asshole or being loud or just being a shitty comedy show person. It's the comic's responsibility. You know, you got 300 people in the room. One of them's being a douche.
Yeah.
And when the comic just shits all over them, it's like, dude, it's so satisfying. Because it's like we sent our guy into battle to the person who's ruining everybody's night. And like with a microphone, just took him down and made fun of him and just shit all over him. It's the best.
Right. And I'm not afraid to do that. Like, I don't mind doing
if someone's asking for it. If you're touching people and smashing glasses and shit,
anything, you know. But I'm not one of those bartenders. Like, I'll go right in. I'll definitely be the front line.
Tiger in the cage, yo. Tiger in the cage.
That's right.
Sometimes tiger going to bite you.
Yep.
You fuck around, tiger going to scratch you.
Sometimes you're going to fucking leave the door just slightly ajar.
Yeah.
And I'm going to get out.
You start growling and roaring at people. You're like, whoa, what the fuck?
So
Don't fuck with the tiger. Tiger can't change the stripes, motherfucker. It's like, Jesus Christ, this guy's lost his mind.
yep. So, but today is another day, and hopefully
is.
tonight will be a lot better.
Yeah, just keep your hands to yourself. Stop touching people.
It's not really that hard.
It's weird.
It is weird. You know, it's very fucking.
Yeah, or like punchy drunks. Like they mean well, but like dudes like get all drunk and they start like punching in the arm, like this motherfucker, and you wake up the next day with bruises. You're like, what happened?
Yep.
Yeah.
I got a friend. Like that. One time we were in Buffalo, and I used to have these giant pillars in the dining room, and he was like airboxing, like trying to get me to like fucking box him.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, I'm not fucking boxing. And I'm like, you're way more drunk than I am. Like, this wouldn't be any fun for either of us, quite frankly. And he's like, come on. And then he took like a half full swing. And I just like slowly moved to the side. And he just hammered the fucking pillar. I was like, ouch.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not going to want to punch with that hand for a while.
Now, what did you learn?
Nothing? What do you mean nothing?
Yeah, we should. Maybe bars should have like those punching bags or the little speed bag or something. When someone's being like obnoxious, you just go put them in the room, like a room with mattresses on the wall, like a crazy person.
Right.
And you just go like, all right, 5 minutes in the crazy room, get it out of your
5 minutes
system.
in the crazy room.
Get it out of your system, then you may come back.
All right.
All right, these are new things. We got a new roof. We got a bunch of onesies, and we're putting in a crazy room with a lock.
Yep.
For anyone who deserves it.
Yep,
Then you just
that's
have
right.
drunk people in arguments. But put him in the room.
Put him in the room.
Put him in the room. He said Godfather 3 is not that bad. Put him in the fucking room. He's lost it.
He's lost it.
All right. Well, there we have it. Captain's Jug of Thoughts. Thank you for listening. Tell your friends. Leave a review on iTunes. Leave a review on Facebook. We'll read it. I mean, honestly, I got $10 million from Bill Gates. I don't need any of this shit anymore. So you people do whatever you want. Yeah.
I'm coming along for the ride, by the way.
Friendly Foes, December 20th.
December 20th.
Christmas party at the Jug.
And then actually your uncle is going to be playing December 28th.
28th.
So Saturday, December 28th, we've got a show as well. I don't know if they've named themselves yet, but
It'll be good.
It'll be a great show.
Yeah.
For sure.
All right, cool. Captain's Jug of Thoughts. We will see you next time.
Till next time.
I'm not gay no more. I like swimming.
I like swimming.
It's the fucking bastard.
He was a strange child, 5 years old, pale as paper and donning a three-piece suit. Every spoken word reaction was rationed. 1988 saw the gold standard of being enthusiastic. As not to seem weak until the necessity of otherwise exposing the base level comprised of still having somewhere to return. While you are right here.
Singing gangster. The speed would stop on the street, shake your hand and try to thank you.